just starting our trip now to the Channel Tunnel, and we're outside the Abbywell Vet here, which is a really good experience, isn't it? We got the health certificate, and they were all very geared up for it.
We got there early, and they 9:45. There was no one there. We went in the front door and straight to the desk and got it. So very nice. And there's
parking outside, actually.
Yeah, there is parking outside. Yeah.
So that's the sort of no yellow lines here, or they've all worn away. So, but that's the vet there, and right next door is well, there's a estate agent's kebab and pizza shop, and then if you're desperate and are in your way, there's a laundry, so you can get your laundry done as well. But here we are. This is the surroundings of where the vet is. Parking outside, as you see, we've parked down there, and away we go. So getting to the tunnel was pretty easy from the vet. It's only like a 10 or 15 minute trip, but when we got to the Channel Tunnel, there's so many queues. It's like really jammed up, and everything's being rescheduled and delayed and so on. It's not that bad. We were booked on the 12:28, I think that's what it was, 12:20, something like that. And we got to the Channel Tunnel check-in at about 11. Lots of queues, lots of issues with the machines as well, not seeming to be working that well. But we eventually got through, found a parking space. We couldn't really, I mean, there weren't, I think there were information boards around, but it wasn't clear what was happening. But we sort of waited a bit longer, and then it all started to say, well, you know, it's been rescheduled or it's delayed and so on, and then it started to get it sorted out. We've been delayed departure by about an hour and 20 minutes, something like that, hour and a half. Currently sat in the queue, so we've come through passport control, security checks, and then another passport control, and so on and so on. So you know what it's like. You go through English police passport, and then you go through French passport control. Anyway, so we're in lane 16, trying to get out onto the train. Here we are. That's what the queue's looking like. There were a load of cars over there all the way back down to here, but they've all gone through. This lane was pretty jammed up, and that's all gone through. So it's all looking quite good. I mean, we're just sitting and waiting now. Well, we're on the train and we're on our way, and well, it's a bit weird because there's a big gap in the carriage in front. You can't see it because there's a big shutter, and there's a huge gap behind as well, because there's only us and one little tiny red car in this carriage. But we're actually on our way now. We're probably 2 hours, 2 hours
yes,
late,
yeah, we are
2 hours delay.
Yes.
But you know, that doesn't really matter because we've got an air booked, haven't we?
Yes, we decided we would, because so many people coming over like now.
You might think booking airs is a bit odd, because I mean, they're not usually bookable, are they? And we've been using all the airs books, haven't we? Which we still have.
Yeah, oh yes, we'll use them, yes.
But the thing is, Wendy found that a lot of the airs that we were going to, and one we've been to a couple of times recently is the one at Wissant, which is a couple of hours drive from Calais. It's closed at the moment because it's being converted to a camping car detape or whatever. I'm not sure how to pronounce that in French. But you get a card and you load that with money, and then you can book these airs and they just let you in. There's an iPhone and an Android app, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Yes.
And they work pretty much the same as the all the airs books, because it comes with a map with them all marked on. Then you get the app and so on. But you can book them. So we've booked one, which is about 1.5 hour drive from Calais. So it's just after 2 p.m. UK time, so 3 p.m. European time, because they're an hour ahead, obviously. So hour and a half, we'll be there by probably 5 o'clock. And by that time, airs are usually pretty full, so I'm glad we were able to book that. We're having to pay, what is it, 12 euros? I think it's 12 or 14 euros for the 24 hours, but you do get electric hookup with that, don't you?
Yes, you do, electric hookup, yeah.
So they're upgrading all the airs across France, but then they're charging. So, which, fair enough. They're becoming more like campsites. You can book multiple days and so on. But we'll give you a bit of an update on that in a minute. This is our first stop in France. It's Le Crotoy, probably pronounced incorrectly, but that's how it's spelt, C-R-O-T-O-Y. And the entrance is just down that way. There's a few little parking spots here. We're on number 6 here. And as you'll see, with the electrical cable, we're plugged in over there, and then you can see the rest of the site there, or the rest of the air up that way. So you see, it's sort of like a normal Aire, but a bit more like a campsite. There's no facilities here. There's sort of water fill up waste and black waste emptying over that way, which is good. This is I think this was 14 euros for the night, including electric, which I think is quite good. It's a card activated barrier, and we'll tell you a bit more about that a bit later in this video, because we're using the card camping quite a bit now as we're moving through France. Previously we've used the all the Aires books. It would seem that all the Aires, well, the Aires across France are being converted into sort of paid on this new card system, where you can actually book. It's a bit odd. You can book for 72 to 48 hours in advance, or you can book on the day. You cannot book 24 hours in advance. So we couldn't book our next stay for tonight yesterday. We could have booked it the day before, but we weren't sure. So that's what that's what we're doing. Going to show you a bit more of the trip as we go. So stay tuned to this series of videos. Well, we've decided that instead of going through all the Aires books and then just turning up and maybe there's a space or maybe there isn't and we'd have to move on, we decided that we'd go, well, actually it was Wendy's idea, we'd go for the camping car park card, which is one of these. You can put money on the card so that you've always got a credit, so that when you go to one of the camping car park sites, you just tap your card, it lets you in through the barrier. And much like all the Aires books, they give you a map of France. They've got some in Belgium, a couple in Spain. So what we have done, we have come from Calais to Le Crotoy, which is marked there. You'll see that just there. And now we've travelled down to let me see, Lyon-la-Forêt. And to get one of these cards is just €5. So you pay €5 and they send you the card with the map and some other bits and pieces of instructions and so on. And you get an online app as well. So you get your phone app where you can actually go and book. To become a member is €29. So to get your annual subscription, where you can book in advance, that's €29. That includes the cancellation insurance. So if you book somewhere and you can't get there, so you can cancel it and you're not going to get charged, which is pretty good. So we've used it. It's pretty simple. You can just put money on the card and then turn up to a site like this and tap your card, takes money off the card for the night, and that's it. If you stay longer, then when you tap out, a bit like an Oyster card, I suppose, when you tap out, it just takes the extra money off your card. So and it does say on the instructions, make sure that you've got money on your card before you try to leave, because if it can't take the money, it won't let you leave. So you have to charge your card up first. So there you go. It's a really good system. The site we're on now, and we'll show you that in the next video, is new, and they all seem to have electric hookup. So you've got electric hookup, fill up with water, empty your waste, empty your toilet, and it's all done. So it's very much like a campsite, and these are all over France. Let me just give you a bit of a view, a better view of the map. So it folds out huge. No, not that big. So here it is. So you get to see the whole of France. But we're using this to travel through France to get to Spain, and then we'll be sort of making our way. I think once we get into Spain, I think we'll just probably be able to make our way across Spain in one day to get to the rally. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Well, we're on the train on our way, and Wendy's having a nice relax there.
I've got cramp.
Oh, Jesus.